This week is going to be a busy one for ranchers across North Dakota because many of them are making the trip to head out to the North Dakota Stockmen's Association's 94th Annual Convention and Trade Show. That's happening in Watford City. Joining us in this evening's KX Conversation, Elizabeth Nesham and Julie Ellingson to talk more about that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
So, Julie, tell us a little bit about this. Now, a lot of preparation goes into this and everything, but this is one of those chances to bring a lot of ranchers into the same room and everything. Can you tell us a little bit about what seems to draw more people to the convention?
Yeah, so we look forward to our annual convention each year. It's a culmination of education and speakers, our policy-making sessions, and a chance for us to recognize some of our outstanding members. We're looking forward to a power-packed convention from Thursday morning till Saturday night, and also bringing together ranchers from across the state, just like the founders did back almost a century ago.
It's kind of exciting to think about. You were telling me that you haven't had Watford City as a host site in almost 100 years and everything, and a chance to see some of those faces you only run into maybe once, twice a year, that kind of thing. What's that experience like, and then what do you really get from having those conversations with a lot of these ranchers from around the state?
You know, just like the founding meeting, people are coming together to collaborate, discuss and debate issues, and come up with a collaborative plan forward, and so we can work together. It is exciting. The Stockmen's Association very much is like a family. Well, we're about cattle, but we're about cattle people, and so while our operations might differ, what we have in common, you know, is a love for the land and love for the livestock, and want to do what's best for our industry, and this weekend will be a chance to do that.
And Elizabeth, even on the calendar with some of the seminars and sessions you've kind of helped put together, just is there anything in the last few years that really you seem to be hearing more and more from a lot of these ranchers across the state as far as what's on their radar?
There's a lot of industry news and a lot of updates that come. Obviously, the markets are something that's being talked about. The weather is always something, and just things that come up legislatively. I know we have we have a great speaker lineup talking about taxes and Prop 12. And we're also visiting some oil sites because we're on the west side of the state. And so it's going to be a great array of speakers and topics that are discussed, and a really good opportunity for ranchers to bring what's on their minds.
Continuing conversation, it remains a big one, not just for crop farmers, but when you talk about on the livestock side as well. Anything about this upcoming show that you're especially excited about, whether it's some of those policies, topics, or some of the groundwork that you really hope to get into?
Boy, there's a lot of things on that list, right? And so there's something really for everybody. I think one thing that's really notable too is this will be our largest ever trade show. That's also a part of our convention. More than 64 vendors will be exhibiting there, and so it's a chance for cattle producers also to see what the latest and greatest is in technology and services, and a chance for that to be a connecting point in relationships to develop, in addition to the speakers and the policy making opportunities.
A lot of these legacy ranchers who've been a big part of this going back decades and everything, but with a show like this, are you seeing a lot of new faces at the same time?
Yeah, we have a great mix. Again, this is the birthplace of the Stockmen's Association, and so some of those families have been involved in our organization in the cattle industry for many generations, and so it's exciting to celebrate that heritage and also to welcome in those from, that are newer to the organization, and the younger generation of livestock producers, because it really takes us all to be the most effective and representative voice for the cattle industry in North Dakota.
Anybody, I guess, who has an interest in raising livestock across the state who might have this event, maybe it's on their radar, they might have circled the calendar, but wondering if they should make the trip. Anything you really want them to know about this coming up?
We would love to have them. We're at kickoff tomorrow on Thursday, September 28th in Watford City, and we go through the end of the day on Saturday with our banquet. So registration's still open. We have many opportunities for family. We're doing a 5K this year. Just many opportunities for really anyone of any age to come and just participate and be there.
So you're anything as far as on-site sign-up, I guess as far as anything you want to say as far as anyone who's curious about it, do they need to call ahead or anything as far as what else would you like to put out there?
Really, anyone can just come. We do on-site registration, and so we don't need to know in advance. We'd love to have you. We'd love you to get there and sign up, and we will be there at the registration desk for you.
And remind me again, what's the host site for this?
The Rough Rider Center in Watford City.
All right, we're talking again about the upcoming Stockmen's Association Annual Convention. Elizabeth and Julie, thank you so much again for joining us.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.